Coca-Cola and Oreo recently came out with a collaboration together called Besties, wherein they did a Coca-Cola flavored Oreo drink and an Oreo flavored Coke cookie. Today I'm going to be testing out to see if a room temperature Coca-Cola that is Oreo flavored tastes better than a chilled Coca-Cola that is Oreo flavored. And then I'm also going to be trying these Coke Oreo flavored cookies. Here we have the packaging for the Oreo flavored Coca-Cola cookies. You can see it's a nice contrast between white, red, and black. And then I also noticed there's a QR code up here. And it's also important to note that it says under here, it's with popping candy. So it looks like we have a wonderful, nice assortment of Coca-Cola cookies right here. Let's take one out of the packaging. So we can see here that there is a base cake of chocolate, and then there is a base cake that is red, golden embossed with a Coca-Cola design. And the neat thing about these cookies is there are 3 different designs that you can find on these cookies themselves. Here we can see each of the 3 different Coca-Cola designs on these cookies. You've got one that says Coke, another one that says Coca-Cola, and another one with 2 Coca-Cola bottles side by side. Now inside of these cookies there is white cream, and inside of the base cakes they say that there is a popping sensation that creates the fizz. However, I have heard from others that they believe the popping and the pop rock sensation is actually in the cream. So we'll have to put that to the test and see today if there is popping sensation at all, or if no popping sensation. Next up, we have the Oreo limited edition Coca-Cola sodas. It's important to note with this packaging that you can get this for $5 about, and this is only with Coke Zero, and these come in 10 mini cans. I really like the contrast between the white and the black. I like the cursive of the Coca-Cola logo. I think this is a very aesthetically pleasing design. I think it's very attention grabbing. I think people will really want to grab this soda when they see it in stores, hence why this has been difficult to find in stores and get sold out easily, I feel. So that is really cool, and I'm looking forward to that. Now I'm gonna grab a can out. We have a room temperature Coca-Cola Oreo Zero Sugar right here. I like the can. Again, it has that same aesthetically pleasing detail. You know, you've got your nutrition facts on the back. You've got a QR code right here. This says fizzy cookie flavored, 0 calories per can. You've got 7.5 fluid ounces, 222 milliliters. Limited edition Oreo. This is our room temperature Coca-Cola Oreo flavored soda right here. We're gonna crack this open. Nice crack open. Immediately I'm greeted by that Oreo smell. Going for the pour. Lots of fizz, a good amount of fizz. You can see a lot of carbonation in there, some bubbles. And lastly, we have our chilled Coca-Cola Oreo soda right here, and I'm gonna crack this open right now. You don't really smell that hint of Oreo with the chilled right away. Now for the pour test. Lots of fizz, lots of bubbles, good amount of carbonation with this. I would say there's more carbonation in the chilled version as opposed to the room temp version, if we compare those right now. More bubbles are staying, not popping as fast. Doesn't seem as many bubbles in the room temperature version. Here's the room temperature soda. I'm gonna try this right now. The taste itself, I note a little bit of an Oreo flavor, but not a lot of an Oreo flavor. It tastes more of like a vanilla Coke than anything, but you do get a little bit of that Oreo Coca-Cola flavor. Now let's see what happens when we smell this. I do smell a little bit of an Oreo Coca-Cola flavor, but again, not a lot. It's not overpowering, but it's also not an average or normal amount of Oreo scent, I think. With that, I think this does taste good, but I'm not sure that it's a very prominent flavor. And here I am with the chilled Oreo Coke. I'm excited to give this one a try as well. I'm getting a little bit of that Oreo flavor, but I do think that I got a little more of that Oreo flavor with the original one we tried. I do also want to give this a smell test and see if we can smell that Oreo. I'm not getting a lot of smell with this one as well, I think also because it's chilled. So that's just another observation I'm making. Let's have one more sip. This honestly just tastes more like Coke, more like maybe some slight vanilla taste, but not a lot. Additionally, something else I want to note with this Coca-Cola is I think the carbonation also messes with the flavor as well. Because it's carbonated, I don't think the flavor comes through initially as it would if it was less carbonated. So that's just an observation I'm making as well. Between chilling the soda and also the carbonation of the soda, I think that can inhibit the way we can taste certain things. So I would be curious if we leave this, you know, out so it's room temperature and then also the condensation goes away, if we can taste this a little more. I'm also noticing a little more flavor coming through when you let the soda itself sit in your mouth. So let those bubbles go down and give this a sip, hold it in your mouth, and you might taste a little more of that flavor. Although it is subtle, it's barely noticeable and it has more of a vanilla flavor than anything. And next up, let's do the Oreo Coca-Cola flavored cookie. Now I'm going to try the Oreo flavored Coca-Cola cookie right here. Now they say that Pop Rocks are in this cookie. Now I'm curious if the Pop Rocks are in the 2 base cookies and also the cream, or if they're only in the 2 base cookies. I feel like that isn't very clear, so let's try to figure that out today. Definitely some fizzing. Some popping. I kind of let the cookie sit on my tongue after I bit into it, and when I let it sit, you could get the Pop Rocks to start popping, aka fizzing in your mouth, which was cool. But I can't quite tell if the Pop Rocks are in the 2 base cookies and the cream or just the base cookies, so we still need to figure that out. I still have some popping in my mouth. I wanted to see if I could just take this red cookie and put it on my tongue, chew it up, and see if that fizzes. But if I'm already still having popping in my mouth, I don't know how that's gonna work. So let's give this a chance to die down first. I'm gonna try it now. Definitely more popping in the cream so far. And also the base cookies. The cookie itself does have that Oreo flavor, but you can also taste that Coca-Cola taste, which I like as well. Excuse the popping in my mouth. I'm still gonna talk anyways. Though I do note that despite it having a nice taste to it, the taste of the Coca-Cola is subtle, but the popping is pretty prominent. So I do like that. I have another cookie here, and we can see this one has the design that says Coca-Cola on it. And there is some freckling on this red top base cookie as well. With this one, I'm going to take the top off the Coca-Cola cookie, and I'm going to actually eat the cream and see if there's a lot of popping in the cream or none at all. I'm not sure if that really picks up on camera, but there definitely is some popping in the cream. There's a lot of Pop Rocks in the cream. Whoa, a lot. Yeah, it's definitely popping. So it's interesting because people are saying that the Pop Rocks are in the base cookies. They didn't talk about the cream having the Pop Rocks in them. The cream definitely has the Pop Rocks. I would say probably the most. There's a lot of freaking Pop Rocks in this one. That's awesome. I do want to show you that the cream here in this cookie has definitely yellow, whitish spotting in it, which kind of looks like Pop Rocks to me. Finally, I thought it would be a great idea if we took some of our room temperature Oreo flavored Coca-Cola and then a Coca-Cola flavored Oreo cookie and dip it in here. I think that'd be an interesting idea. What do you guys think? Let's go for it. It's nice and dipped, so now for the taste test. I really like that. I think if you're gonna have these two, you might as well put them together as they should be and dip them in. That's good. They should be together. One more observation I want to make is I do think that people's taste will be limited if they don't give that cookie a chance to start popping in their mouth. I think usually people, when they think of an Oreo, they think of devouring it quite fast. They don't think of probably spending a little more time and seeing if they can get that pop action. So that's just my observation. I think people will think that it doesn't pop and fizz if they don't give it a chance to kind of settle in their mouth and pop right after they bite it. I think they definitely go very good together if they are paired with each other. So that's a great idea. So to conclude, I really think that this is a very unique flavor pairing. I was very excited to try this. I think that this is a wonderful marketing idea for Coca-Cola, and it's definitely probably grasping a lot of people's attention right now. So that's very exciting. That being said, I think the overall flavor profile fell a little short of expectations. I don't think that Oreo flavor in the Coke really came through as much as I was excited for it to. I do think that Coca-Cola taste though in the Oreo itself came through quite a bit, so I was appreciative of that. I also really like how the Coca-Cola flavored Oreo had a lot of fizz to it, aka Pop Rock, so that was really good. I think if I had to choose a favorite here, I would probably choose the Coca-Cola Oreos. I think that they have a lot of personality to them. I think the Oreo flavored Coca-Cola has personality, but it does lack a little bit. Besides the slight Oreo flavor that the Coca-Cola has to it and the nice design on the exterior part of the can, I don't really think there's as much exciting to it as there is with the Coca-Cola Oreos. That being said though, when you pair the two together like cookies and milk, but instead it's cookies and a glass of soda, I think those two really go together well. I would have this again. I did really enjoy trying it. I think it's a very unique and clever and creative idea. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this review, and I look forward to seeing you in for our next one. Bye!